नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिने इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा गिरधारी राधे जय राधा गिरधारी राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय राधा रस बिहारी राधे जय राधा रस बिहारी राधे। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। बोलो जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरवनचारी, यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन, यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरवनचारी, यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम Ram Ram Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamcha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Pashyata Deshatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome you all in Bhagavad Gita class. So we have completed till 6.36. So last time we have seen 36th verse. So today we start from 37th verse. So in 36th verse we have seen that how to control mind. Mind control is must for self-realization, and without mind control, self-realization is difficult. So we have to control mind first. Without controlling mind, self-realization is just like a dream. So, trying to practice yoga while engaging the mind in material enjoyment. So, that we have seen in 6.36. Then we will see the destination of the unsuccessful yogi. Arjuna is asking from Krishna, "O Krishna, please tell me what is the destination of unsuccessful yogi?" Those who have served for short period of time, and also those who have served for long period of time. So, Krishna answers Arjuna's doubt about the destination of an unsuccessful yogi or anyone on an auspicious spiritual path. The Lord explains that after enjoying on the higher planets, the yogi takes birth in a righteous or aristocratic family. If he is unsuccessful after long practice, he will take birth in a family of wise transcendentalists. He will then automatically become attracted to yogic principles, even without seeking them. Then after rigorous practice, he will attain the supreme goal. These verses are expanded from 2.40, that is Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, 40th verse, which refers to the protection of one on a spiritual path. So, Krishna gives guarantee of protection of the devotees. So, Krishna always protect devotees and devotees protect Krishna. Krishna gives credit to his devotee and devotees gives credit to his Krishna. So, devotees, whatever activities they do, this all belongs to the devotional service, belongs to the Lord Krishna. Who is the Lord Krishna? Lord Krishna is the spiritual master, supreme spiritual master. Okay? So, we have so many spiritual masters in this world, but Lord Krishna is the supreme spiritual master. He is the master of all. Okay. So, Arjuna inquires about the fate of one fallen from the path of self-realization. Is he a failure both materially and spiritually? So, Arjuna has confusion in his mind. Okay. So, Arjuna as a nar asking from Narayan, "O Krishna, please tell me, this is my doubt, and this my doubt, only you are eligible to clear it. Only Krishna can clear all the doubts of any materialistic person." Here Arjuna is playing a role of materialistic person as a nar. So, nar and Narayan both are available in the battlefield, and Arjuna is asking questions to Supreme Lord Krishna. So, we will see from 6.37. Arjuna uvacha ayatiha shraddhayopeto yogachalita manasa aprapya yoga samsiddhim kamagatim Krishna gacchati. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist, who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism?" Okay, there are people, they work for some time in spiritual practice and then exit, and again they start enjoying in the material life. So, Arjuna is asking, what about them, those who are in spiritual path, in devotional service for a shorter period of time or for a long period of time, what is the fate? Okay. So, Arjuna inquires about the fate of one fallen from the path of self-realization. Is he a failure both materially and spiritually? So, Arjuna has a doubt, small doubt. Okay, if I perform devotional service for short period of time and something happens because of X, Y, Z reason, I could not perform, then what will happen? So, Arjuna is asking Krishna, "O Krishna, whether he will be failure from material as well as spiritual or material and spiritual both." Okay. So, one may begin the process with faith, but later desist due to worldly mindedness. That is given in 6.37, and there is one analogy given in 6.38. Does such a man perish like a Riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Like in the cloud, we have seen many times, there are big clouds, and sometimes there are many one part of big cloud leaves the big cloud and just start wandering in the sky. Okay. So, once you leave the big sky, the big cloud, and he may be lost in the sky. Okay. Similarly, we are all part and parcel of Lord Krishna, and if you are not worshipping Krishna, if you are not performing devotional service unto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, there are possibility that we may get lost because of that. Okay. So, that is the doubt of Krishna and Arjuna, and explained with analogy in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse number 38. Arjuna expresses that only Krishna can dispel this doubt completely. That is told in 6.39. So, why does Arjuna ask this question? Although in Bhagavad Gita 2.40 provides all guarantee on the transcendental path, Krishna is telling Arjuna in 2nd chapter 40th verse that, "O Arjuna, the one who performs devotional service, the one who takes my name once in a life, it is my duty to protect him." So, although in 2.40 Krishna provides full guarantee on the transcendental path, still Arjuna wants to be reassured, because one may sincerely accept the process but still fail for many reasons. There are so many reasons in material life. People start performing some good thing, devotional service, visiting temple, going to holy place, going for Ganga Snan. There are so many things people start, but in between something happens. They lose their faith, or because of some X, Y, Z reason, they discontinue the process. So, what happens? Especially the Gyan Marg and the Ashtanga Yoga are very difficult for this. Okay. So, in those days Arjuna has doubt and asked question to Krishna, that, and he expressed his feeling that, "Oh Krishna, all these yogas and all I am not able to perform. What can be done, Krishna? Because I am feeling that it is not possible for me." Okay. So, if Arjuna can say before 5000 years ago that it was difficult for him, although Krishna was a good friend, Arjuna was a good friend of Krishna, Arjuna was a very good devotee, Arjuna was a warrior, he was a yogi, he was following all the spiritual path. At that time, before 5000 years, if Arjuna can say that, "Krishna, it is impossible for me," so what to say about today's man, today's person, Kali Yuga person? Okay. So, in that sense it is expressed. So, first of all, one may not be sufficiently serious about following the process. First of all, if you say people are so much involved in materialistic life, they are earning a lot of money, they are enjoying, they are going to club, they are going to Hollywood, Bollywood movie, they are going to theater, okay, they are going to visiting so many picnic places, but they never go to temple, they never want to perform any devotional service, they never want to chant holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So, this is the position. They have no interest at all in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay. So, what to say about all these yoga which we have explained? It is nearly or fully impossible for them. Okay. So, even after constant endeavor, one may deviate, because to pursue the transcendental path is more or less to declare war on the illusory energy. Okay. If one is involved in materialistic life, and if I ask to get change or start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, start going to temple instead of going to rubbish picnic places. Okay. Instead of going here and there, you can visit holy places, you can go to Tirupati Balaji, you can go to Jagannath Puri. There are so many places to visit where you can go, you can take darshana of Supreme Lord, and At the same time you can enjoy the picnic also. So both the things can happen, but people are not interested. If they are going for movie, they never count the money. But if you are asked to go for any darshana, any visit holy places, they will ask money. Oh, so much, I don't have money for this purpose. Okay, they can spend so much money on these watching movie and for enjoyment in the club and all, but they cannot donate to the temple. Okay, so my friend, this is very, very necessary thing that we all have to contribute in temple running, in temple donation. Okay, so if you donate in the temple, all these amount goes in the service of Lord. There are brahmanas, we can feed the brahmanas, we can sponsor prasadam. Okay, so there are so many donations where you can go you can visit temple and you can ask for it. What are different kinds of donation, and please everyone contribute. Okay, so this is the the overview of 6.37 to 39. Now we'll see the 6.37. Destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist. What will happen? So now Krishna is answering the question of Arjuna. So knowledge that the living entity is not this material body. He is different from the body, and his happiness is in eternal life, bliss and knowledge. This eternal life is transcendental, beyond both body and mind. Okay, so we are not this body, we are soul. Bhakti-yoga, because it is the most direct method of God realization. Only Bhakti-yoga is pure. If you perform devotional service, that is called Bhakti-yoga. So if you perform devotional service, by doing this kind of Bhakti-yoga, you can 101% you will attain successfully. Okay, so what is the basic principle of self-realization? Different path to pursue self-realization. People say that you can follow any path, it will go to the same temple, same goal. Yeah, it is right in some senses. So what are the similarities in these paths? Yoga chalita manasa, deviation from transcendental path. So there are so many things happening in this material life. When we start doing something, okay, something other things will interrupt in between, and that interruption disturbs us, and sometimes we may get diverted in some other direction. We start working in some wrong direction. Okay, so for that you have to control the mind. It was told in 6.36 that one has to control the mind to get success in spiritual life. Okay, so what is the most suitable path in this age? Okay, so that is told in Prabhupada's purport. Path of knowledge is Jnana Yoga. Practice of eightfold yoga system is Ashtanga Yoga, and devotional service is known as Bhakti Yoga. So only by these one can attain the Supreme Lord. Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So out of Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga is the best. Krishna is telling Arjuna that, oh Arjuna, out of Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga is best. So if one follow Bhakti Yoga, following Bhakti Yoga means what? You are performing devotional service. Performing devotional service means what? Your mind is controlled, and you are engaging your senses in the service of Lord. So there are no chances of diversion. So if you are engaged in the service of the Lord, there are no chances of involving in any kind of material miseries. Okay, so what you have to do, don't sit at one place and try to control your mind, because mind is flickering by nature, wandering always here and there. This never stops. One cannot never stop thinking. It is nearly impossible. Okay, so by doing devotional service, you are engaging your senses onto the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So, you can perform Bhakti Yoga, that is why Bhakti Yoga is best. A conditioned soul is always allured by the modes of material energy. There are so many things to disturb in the material life. Okay, everyone wants money and everyone is running behind money. So, this is the great disturbance. Whereas, if you perform some labor work, some task, God gives you, Supreme Lord Krishna gives you such an amount by which you can feed yourself as well as your family. But people are in greed, they want more and more. So, that greed is the cause of all these disastrous things. A conditioned soul is always allured by the modes of material energy, and there is every chance of being allured again even while performing transcendental disciplines. Okay, and what to, if you are in material miseries, there are disturbances. What to talk about the spiritual path? So, when you start practicing on a spiritual path, there will be so much disturbances. All the material miseries will come in between and will not allow you to concentrate, to control your mind and do bhakti. So, in each of these processes, one has to realize the following: the constitutional position of the living entity. What we are supposed to understand? We have to understand that we all are part and parcel of Supreme Krishna, Supreme Lord Krishna. So, Krishna is a supreme whole and we are all part and parcel of that whole. This we have to understand. And our constitutional position is to serve unto the lotus feet of Krishna. His relationship, you have to understand the relationship with Supreme Lord Krishna and the activities whereby he can re-establish the lost link and achieve the highest perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness. So, we need to understand the relationship between living entity and Krishna. We need to understand what is our transcendental position. What is our transcendental position? What is our constitutional position? So, our constitutional position is serve unto the lotus feet of Krishna. So, all three processes assure success sooner or later. That is discussed in Bhagavad Gita 2.40. Even a little endeavor on the transcendental path offers great hope for devotee, for deliverance. Okay. So, even if you perform a small service unto the lotus feet of Krishna, that also is enough for this life. And when you start the next life, you start from there at that point. Suppose you have performed devotional service starting from 1 to 3, and because of some reason you are not able to perform after 3. So, when you get your next life, or in the same life when you start again the spiritual path, you will start from 3rd onwards. After 3rd, that was the last point. Okay, so that is very important. In material life, what happens? You get success 1, twice, thrice, 99 times you get success, but if you get one time failure, it is counted failure. But in spiritual life, what happens? If you get 99 times success, so that success is saved. So, whenever you start next time, it will start from after 99. So whatever your hard work, whatever your devotional service, it is saved, it is permanent. But in material life, your success is temporary. Material life success is temporary. Spiritual life success is permanent. Okay? So, because it is all taken care by Supreme Lord Krishna. The one who takes the name of Lord, Supreme Lord Krishna, Supreme Controller, Supreme Proprietor, protects his devotee. That is very important. Okay, so now chapter number 6, Dhyan Yoga, 6.38. So what is 6.38? Kaschinno vai vibrashtas chinnabhram iv nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimodo brahmana pati. O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? So here Lord Krishna is giving example of riven cloud. Okay, so riven cloud is a part of big cloud, but because of some XYZ reason leaves the big cloud and start wandering in the open sky in search of some more bigger cloud. Okay, if he gets more bigger cloud, may join in future, but if he doesn't get bigger cloud, what will happen? He will be lost in the sky. Okay, this is called greed. If you have something, you preserve it. Be happy, satisfied. Don't ask for more and more and more. This is called greed. When you start searching more, there are chances that you may lose whatever existing is there. Okay, so that is the example of riven cloud. So same thing happens in spiritual life also. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. We need to understand our relationship with Krishna. So what is our constitutional position? We all need to serve unto the lotus feet of Krishna. That is our constitutional position. This we have to understand. What is our relationship with Krishna? Why should I serve Krishna? Okay, it is like our stomach. Okay, we all activities belong to stomach. Stomach means what? We are all working for eating. Okay, our hand, our mouth, our nose, our ear, our mind, everything, all the limbs of body are working for the satisfaction of or to feed the stomach. Okay, and if stomach is fed, the entire body is nourished. Okay, so blood will be created and everything will happen. And if my hand deny that, no, why should I feed my stomach? If my mind think, why should I think for stomach? If my ear says, why should I see for stomach? My nose says, why should I smell for stomach? So this is the selfish nature. Okay, so all these limbs constitute a single body. Hand is a part of stomach. Hand is a part of body. Eye is a part of the same body. Nose is also the part of the same body. So if all work together, the entire body will be nourished. Okay, so this example fits when similar to a devotee and Krishna or living entity and Krishna. So the same relationship with living entity and Krishna. We are not individual. We are not independent. We are dependent on Krishna. So it is our constitutional position to serve unto the lotus feet of Krishna. We can never become independent. Our hand can never become independent of this body. Our eye can never become independent of this body. These are all part of body. If you remove your hand from this body, this hand is of no use. If you remove your any limbs, nose, ear, mind, leg from the body, it is of no use. So head, nose, ear, mouth, hand, these all constitute a single body. That's why the hand is serving, eye is serving, my mouth is serving, nose is serving to feed the stomach. If stomach is satisfied, the entire body will be nourished and everyone will be happy. You will be happy. Okay. In the same way, All the living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. So, it is our constitutional position that we need to serve unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay. So, Arjuna compares failed transcendentalist to a Riven cloud. So, here Riven cloud example is given. Chinna Brahma eva nashyati, because he apparently loses both connections, material happiness or spiritual success. Just like a cloud deviated from a small cloud, doesn't even join a big one, and it is blown away by the wind. Okay. So, it is a greed. A cloud is part of big cloud, but because of some selfish nature, greed leaves the cloud, and once leaves the cloud, he is lost in the sky. Okay. Arjuna clarifies his question with an analogy. One may begin the process with faith, but later desist due to worldly mindedness. That is given in 6.37. An analogy: does such a man perish like a raven cloud with no position in any sphere? So, two ways of progress in life: materialistic path, path of transcendence. On his path, one has to cease all activities and sacrifice all forms of so-called material happiness. Brahmana Pati, path of transcendental realization. It involves knowing oneself to be spiritual, to be a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, who is manifested as Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan. Ultimate goal of successful transcendentalist: surrender unto Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, since he is fullest manifestation of the Absolute Soul. So, we are all manifestation of Supreme Lord Krishna. So, Krishna has manifested us. We are not individual, we are not independent, we are all dependent on Krishna. Okay. So, Krishna manifest as well as unmanifest. So, Krishna creates and Krishna also annihilates. To reach this goal of life through Brahman and Paramatma realizations takes many births, that is given in reference Bhagavad Gita 7.19. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mama prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatmasu durlabha. There are so many things. Okay. What is the conclusion? Supermost path of transcendental realization is Bhakti-yoga, the most direct path. Okay. So, this is the 6.38. Now, we will see 6.39. Only Lord Krishna can dispel Arjuna's doubts completely. Arjuna has faith in Lord Krishna that whatever question I am asking, it can be answered only by Lord Krishna. No one else can satisfy by giving the answer of Arjuna's question. So, Arjuna expresses that only Krishna can dispel this doubt completely, because he has faith. So, that is why we should have faith in Krishna, like Arjuna. Arjuna has 100% faith on Krishna. He is 100% dependent on Krishna. Oh Krishna, whatever you are saying, I will follow as it is, no modification at all. 6.39. एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण छेत्तुम अर्हसि अशेषतः त्वद अन्य संशयस्यास्य छेता न हि उपपद्यते. This is my doubt, O Krishna. I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. Okay, so Krishna has, Lord Arjuna has faith on Krishna. Oh Krishna, you are Supreme Lord, you are Supreme Proprietor, you are Supreme Person. You only can answer my all questions. So this is the faith we should have on Krishna. Okay, first we need to surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Automatically all these feelings will come. Oh Krishna, you are the supreme. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So only Lord Krishna can dispel Arjuna's doubts completely. Why only Krishna and no one else can satisfy this doubt? Because he knows past, present and future. We cannot even remember one day task. We cannot even remember what we were thinking before 5 minutes. We cannot order. If I ask you, whatever you have thought in 1 hour, every second and minute, you just write it. You will not be able to write it. But Krishna is the supreme person. He is the creator of time. He is the manifest. He has manifested this material world. He has also manifested spiritual world. He is the real owner of the entire universe. Okay, so what is the main difference between Arjuna and Krishna? Krishna can remember past, present and future, everything. But Arjuna cannot. So Arjuna is playing a role of Nar, a ordinary living entities like us. Although if we compare with Arjuna, we are nothing. Arjuna is saying that before 5,000 years, for him yoga was impossible. So what to talk about Kali Yuga people today? Those who have no control on mind. Mind is flickering, wandering, you are not able to control it. Also, no one is equal to above Krishna. So Krishna is above all. Krishna is above all. Certainly, the so-called great sages and philosophers who are at the mercy of material nature cannot equal him. Even sages, great sages cannot equal him. Forget about going above him. So conclusion, verdict of Krishna is the final and complete answer to all doubts, because he knows everything but no one knows him. Krishna knows everything but no one knows him. That's why we need to surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna. If you surrender unto the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna will protect you. He will preserve you all belongings. So on what basis does Arjuna expect Krishna to know everything? Because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita in chapter number 2, verse number 12 explains the eternal individuality of every living entity. So Krishna has explained that individual entities are dependent, they are individual. They are individual. Okay, so they are individual, it doesn't mean that they are independent. They are individual but they are dependent on me. So this shows that Krishna must be the knower of past, present and future. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that, oh Arjuna, living entities are individual but not independent. This shows that Krishna must be knower of past, present and future. So Krishna can remember everything because he has manifested the entire universe. He is the master of entire universe. He can remember past, present and future, but Arjuna cannot. Thus Arjuna expects him to reveal the future of unsuccessful transcendentalist. conclusion of the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Krishna and Krishna conscious devotee alone can know what is what. Only Krishna can know what is what. And also devotee of Krishna. Although devotee of Krishna are not equal to Krishna, not above to Krishna, but they know who is Krishna. They know all the activities of Krishna. Why? Because they know the pastimes of Krishna. So if you know Krishna, his pastime, you can understand what is what. Why? Because dadami buddhi yogam tam. If you have surrendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna will give you knowledge so that you can understand. So Krishna is the source of all knowledge. Okay? One gets some knowledge by reading some material book. They think that I am the master. It is not like that. You have got knowledge because it is the mercy of Krishna. Krishna has given you that knowledge, and that knowledge itself is Krishna. So Krishna is sitting in your mind in the form of knowledge. Okay. So Lord Krishna addresses Arjuna question, Bhagavad Gita 6.40 to 45. So 6.40, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities meets no destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. So if you are engaged in spiritual service, devotional service unto the lotus feet of Krishna, you will never be disturbed. No destruction for the devotee. Everything will be happening in the material life as usual, but he will not be disturbed. Whatever is happening, it is the mercy of Krishna. I got profit, it is the mercy of Krishna. I got loss, it is the mercy of Krishna. That kind of satisfaction is required. You should be away from the duality. Away from the duality means what? Whatever is happening, it is the mercy of Krishna. Whether it is profit, whether it is loss, it is the mercy of Krishna. So you should be in same emotion in both the cases, profit as well as loss. Okay. So fate of unsuccessful yogi who falls after short practice, given in 6.41. Okay. So what is the result? Suppose one has practiced for a short period of time. What will happen? He enjoys on heavenly planets for many years. Then again he is sent to this planet and takes birth in a rich aristocratic family, merchants, or pious, righteous Brahman, Vaishnavas family to use the facilities to elevate Krishna. Okay. So where you stopped in the last birth, at that point, from that point you will start in the next birth. Okay. So if you have performed some devotional service, you will get birth in the higher class family. You can start from there. Higher class family means what? I am talking in terms of devotional service in a Brahmana family. Okay. So based on your karma, you will get next birth. In 6.42, fate of unsuccessful yogi who falls after long practice. What will happen? What is the result? Birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Example, Acharyas, Swamis, Goswamis. So you will get birth in the family of Acharyas, Goswamis, where you will get instruction to go ahead. So that is the great opportunity for one. Okay. So you have to perform devotional service, that's all. This is Tamam and Bonam. This is the conclusion. You have to perform devotional service. Okay. Forget about whether you are going to perform, you are able to perform short period of time or long period of time. Whatever amount you perform, Krishna will award you that forward you in the next life. If you have performed it completely in this life, you will be liberated. If you fall short, okay, so that can be continued in the next life. Then 6.43 and 44 revives yoga practice from wherever they left off. After getting opportunities in the appropriate families, they begin their yoga practice from wherever they left off. One revives the divine consciousness of their previous lives. Automatically they are attracted to yogic principles even without seeking them. Okay, so if you have performed devotional service in the previous birth without seeking or wasting time in seeking, in the next birth you will get ready-made that much point, that much practice, and you will start from there. They always stand above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. Thus, they try to make further progress to achieve complete success. Okay, so wherever you left off, you will start from there in the next life or in the same life whenever you get opportunity for doing that service. Okay. Then in 6.45, achieving perfection and the supreme goal. Such a yogi ultimately achieves perfection and the supreme goal after many births of practice by making sincere endeavor after being washed of all contaminations. Okay, so if you perform devotional service, all the material miseries will be washed away, will go away, will leave you, and once they leave you, you are 100% eligible to perform devotional service with pure mind, pure heart. You can associate with devotees, you can take part in Sankirtana Yajna, you can contribute in temple service, you can preach. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada preaching, Srila Prabhupada feels more happy. If you distribute books, Prabhupada is more happy. It means what? You are distributing the knowledge, transcendental knowledge. You are asking others to follow Krishna. You are asking others to follow in the path of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to spread this knowledge through the universe. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So it is the will of Supreme Lord Krishna, it is the will of Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to distribute this knowledge of Krishna consciousness everywhere and to everyone. Even Chandalas can take name of Krishna and get liberated. So there is no discrimination in this regard. Anyone, any time, it is like ATM. So this mantra is ATM. Any time, anywhere. Like you go to ATM, you approach ATM, you take money. Anywhere, anytime, in any ATM. It is connected to internet. Similarly, it is connected to Supreme Lord Krishna. This Mahamantra is directly connected to Supreme Lord Krishna. You can take anytime, anywhere. Okay, so this Mahamantra is like ATM. So this is the overview of till 6.45. So next we will see next time we will see 6.40. Any question, any doubt, you can ask. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. So no question, will stop over here. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्ण.